It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And off we go from Seattle. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Walker to start the drive. Oh, good move. And some room to work. And now the rookie's free. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. And even 70 yards. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as a bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Forced out to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he 17 yards on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Walker now on 1st and 10. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Stafford. Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Boye Mafe. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitz. During a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A first run now for Kyren Williams.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
$6-0 our score after 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Uchenna Nwosu.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Stafford. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now it's Lockett. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
The Seahawks at 11-5 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, it's Walker, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
107 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
Smith on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
Now Geno.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Smith on third down.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And they needed two. They could only get one. Fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10. The Smith's throw into the hands of Fant.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on second and 10. Smith. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
45. Mike, 45.
To the air again, Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he gets it down to the 32. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself.
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react. One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this 1st half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
The final shot before the break, Stafford.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Third and long, it's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now Myers for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Stafford. And now here is another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Watch 7. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Switch.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Myers' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. They've got his man complete.
And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Here's Stafford. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped him.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, the better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. In motion, the tight end. They run again with Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
They'll get this out wide to Penny.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
the middle. Here's Walker.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
154 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle. And this